Hi guys, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. I hope you are enjoying yourself. I welcome you back to our channel and I hope that you have understood all the previous video that we have already done. So today we are going to start with another parts of prepositions and today the topic is the preposition of place. Okay, so what does the preposition of place basically talks about? So here I have written a definition for you people. The preposition of place are used with the place to denote where an action took place or where a thing is located. So yes, we all of us know that preposition talks about the three basic things, that is the time, place and the position. So the preposition of place basically talks about that where that particular thing, that where that particular action has took place. So that thing we need to keep in mind is that whenever we are talking about the thing that has happened at particular place, so we need to talk about the preposition of place. So here I have written what are the two prepositions that are used in preposition of place, which is the first one is in. So you need to keep in mind here it is in and at. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is that the preposition of place deals with only two types of preposition, which is in and at. But there is very little bit, I mean to say that there is a minute difference between in and at, which creates a huge difference. Yes, it talks about something, with example I can tell you. So let's start with in. So it is used with cities, towns, states or countries or continents. But at the same time, if I talk about at also, so it is also used with the parts of bigger places. So what this at is also used with the places and here in is also used with the places. But the basic difference is whenever we are talking about in, what we need to keep in mind is that it is dependent on or it is based on particularly the place where that particular action has been done. But here if we talk about at, so whenever you are talking about at, what you need to keep in mind that at deals with a part of that big place. In will be used with the places which is bigger. Not I cannot say bigger, but if I say the cat the cat is in the basket, sitting in the basket if I say. So I am not saying that basket is bigger, but if I say the cat is sitting at the corner of the basket, so here it makes a huge difference. Why? Because if I am talking about the whole basket, so I am talking about the bigger thing, but if I am talking about the part of that basket, so I am talking about at. So whenever we are talking about the whole place, so we need to use the particular preposition which is in. But yes, if we talk about a part of that particular place, we need to keep in mind that we need to use the preposition at. So here I have written examples for you people. I live in Madhya Pradesh. So here I live in Madhya Pradesh. I am talking about the Madhya Pradesh, the whole Madhya Pradesh. But here if I have written the example for at, I will wait at the corner of the street. So okay, we will connect this sentence with the sentence of in. So if I want to say something, I will wait in the street. Okay, so in the street, if I am saying in the street, it means that I am talking about the whole street. I have not mentioned the place, a particular place at where I will be waiting there. Okay, so if I am saying that I will wait at the corner of the street, it means I am talking about the part of that street. So I hope you all have understood what I am teaching right now, the difference between the in and at. Now next we have the preposition of position. Yes, earlier in the previous video we have done the preposition of time, how to use the preposition, the words which are called prepositions in the action or at what time that action has been took place. Then now what we have done is we have done that particular position of the action, that at which place that action has been took place. But now the point is we need to talk about the position of that particular thing. Where is that particular action has been done? Position की बात करनी है हमें. Okay, so preposition of position. If first here again we have in. Yes, we had in time also. Now we have in place also, and now we need to talk about in as the position of that particular action. So let us read. When the things are something. Okay. In this room there are 7 items of furniture. So here not something will come when the things are somewhere. Okay. So हमें place बतानी है कि is in this room we have or there are 7 items in of the furniture. So here I am talking about the position in this room. इस particular room में ये चीजें हैं. So next let's come to into. So many people get confused in and into. How? If I talk about in. So if I say that the cat is sitting in the basket. So I am talking about the position of the cat. Cat is there in the basket. But if I talk about into, so what we need to keep in mind is whenever we are talking about into, so let's have a look on the definition. When things are going inside from outside. So if I say the cat ran into the basket, so it means that I am talking about the cat which is running into the basket. Earlier that cat was outside the basket and then that particular cat, it is jumping into the basket. So what you need to keep in mind is whenever we are talking about in, it means that particular thing is already there in that particular thing. For example, if I talk about sugar, sugar is in the jar. So I am talking about the position of the sugar which is there in the jar. But if I talk about a person, if I say Raj jumped into the pool. So earlier, if Ram is already there in the pool, I will say Ram is in the pool while he is bathing there, or if he is swimming in the pool. But if Ram is at particular point of time that action is taking place, that Ram is going into the pool, वो जा रहा है. Earlier he was outside and now he is jumping into the pool. So we will use into in place at the place of in. So next we have the preposition of on. The preposition of on deals with the position of things with respect to the surface. Yes, everyone knows about on, but still I want to clarify your mind that whenever we are talking about, I mean to say that we need to talk about the position along with the surface. Okay, so here if I say this is my hand, I am keeping this marker on my hand, so I will say the marker is on my hand. Okay, so here on वाली जो बात हो गई, on is कोई चीज के ऊपर आ जाएगा. But similarly we have upon also, and in upon we have the two words which is up and on. So here what you need to keep in mind, that particular action is taking place right now and they are doing that thing. Okay, so continuous action of keeping a thing on the surface. If I say this marker is on my hand, but if I say I am putting this marker on my hand, this will be the wrong quotation. Why? Because when that particular action is taking place, you cannot use on with that thing. Okay, what you need to use is, you will say like this, I am putting my mark, or I am putting this marker upon my hand. So here what I have written, their marketing team are hanging the banners upon the poles. I hope you all have understood this thing. And now it's over. We need to talk about the over, O-V-E-R, when the thing is above something and not touching it. So when we were talking about the on, what we need to keep in mind is that this marker is on. So but if I say this, if I put this marker here, so I will say this marker is over my hand, or it is going over from my hand. So what you can say is that when the two things are not touching each other, but the one thing is above the other. Okay, so it means we are talking about the over. Here I have written example for you. There is the bridge over the river. So what you are seeing here is, so if we talk about the bridge, so here is the river and here is the bridge. So what bridge is, yes, इसके ऊपर है ये. But what we need to keep in mind is that there is a gap between the two. So they both are not touching each other. So whenever we are talking about something which is above it, above the another thing, but it is not touching each other, it means we need to talk about, or we need to use the preposition over. So next we have the preposition above. When something is at higher level than the other thing. So whenever we are talking about the preposition above, what we need to keep in mind is that one thing is at the higher level than the another. जो एक चीज है वो लोअर लेवल पे है, जो दूसरी चीज है वो हायर है. वन एग्जांपल आई हैव रिटन, there are two shelves above the study table. So I am comparing the two things, that one shelf is there which is the study table, and there are two shelves above this. So here this is the lower thing and the higher thing is the shelves. So we are talking about the higher level, so we need to use the, at the same way we need to use the preposition below at the lower level with respect to something. When we are talking about the above preposition, we need to keep in mind the thing which is higher level from the another thing, and when we are talking about the preposition below, what we need to keep in mind is that one thing is at the lower level than the another thing. So here example is, their office is located below our office. So there we are, in this sentence we are talking about the one level which is their office, one office is here, and the another office is below this office. So we are talking about the two things. But when we talk about where is the under, where I have written the preposition under, yes, here it is. But when we are talking about something which is exact below the other thing, and the two things are not touching each other. If we talk about something which is exactly under that thing, for example, if I talk about a man sitting under a tree, so the man is sitting exactly under the tree, so then I will say that the man is sitting under the tree, only then I will use under. But if the tree is here and man is standing there, so I will say the man is standing below the tree. So yes, tree is at the higher level and that particular man is at the lower level. But the point is that man is not exactly under the tree. When we are using under, we need to keep in mind is that particular thing or particular person about whom we are going to say, or about whom we are talking, we need to keep in mind that the particular thing is exactly under the other thing. Okay, so next we have, yes, here we have done the over, above, under, and below also we have done. Next we have the preposition by, by. It is used with the vehicles. Whenever we are talking about vehicles, for example, if I talk about if I talk about something or somewhere I am going, so I will say like this, I go to my school by auto rickshaw or by bus. So here same example I have written for you, I usually go to office by bus. So whenever we are talking about the preposition by, we need to keep in mind one thing, that it is used, basically it is used for the vehicles. So next we have the preposition behind. Behind is used as something when something is placed at the back of another thing. For example, here definition also says this thing, at the back of something. An example is she is sitting beside him. So sitting beside him is like here, for example, my hand is behind this marker. So I am saying behind this marker, iske piche. But and here I have not written, I forgot to written it for you. But again we have one more preposition which is beside, which talks about something which is there along with that thing, which is at the same position but beside that. मतलब ये चीज है तो इसके साथ में ये चीज पड़े. So if we need to use beside in this sentence, I will say she is sitting beside him means उसके साथ में. Okay, behind is पीछे and beside is साथ में. So next we have the between and the among. So I want you to pay attention on both of the preposition because it has a little bit of difference, but still it makes a huge difference. Very minute difference is there between them, but still. Okay, let us talk about between and among in two terms. The first term is whenever we are talking about between, we need to think that we are talking about the two things, two people. Means we need to talk about two. But whenever we are talking about the particular preposition among, what we need to keep in mind is that we are talking about more than two people or more than two things. Okay, so here I have written example. Ram is sitting between Sita and Mohan. So here you are able to see that Ram is sitting between these two. Okay, so Sita and Mohan. So we need to keep in mind the two things, and here more than one or more than two. How it works? Distribute these among all. So here I am talking about all. Here I am talking about everyone. Okay, so like more than one. Okay, or more than two. So we have almost done with the preposition, and I hope you all have understood this thing. And if you have any doubt or anything that you are unable to understand through this video, just tell us in comment section and we will try to solve everything. We will try to clear your doubts as soon as possible.